Welcome to my rock climbing vlog, The Return, Day 1. So today I decided, August 31st, to vlog my rock climbing from beginning to end, every single climb. I went up to a max grade of V3. 3 years ago, I was climbing consistently and achieved the grade of V11 outdoors. And so this is to document my return on that journey. I've climbed here and there sporadically, and actually injured myself on a V4. So that's why I didn't go past V3. It's been about a week since my last time of climbing, and this is day 2 of that. So I didn't actually get day 1. So here I am warming up on a V0, and I love this V0 because the holds are actually like great for my hands. They're very friendly, nice and round, and my hands don't hurt at all on those jugs. Next up, I'm on a V1, white V1, and you can see the holds are significantly smaller from the black V0. However, even though the feet are also very small, it is a grade up, you are still on a vertical wall. So a lot of my weight is on my legs, as you can see if you pay attention to my calves, they're being used quite well. Also, keep in mind, once I get to the top, I don't just jump off. That's because I want to make sure I warm up really well. And I also am warming up every single finger. So not just these four, but my thumb as well. So I make sure I'm pinching things and I'm trying to hang with one arm to really stretch out my back, my lats, and my shoulders, and proper warm up basically. As you can see right there, that's what I'm doing. And then I pop off. Making sure I'm also practicing my footwork and my ankles are engaged. And now this wall right here is at 45-degree angle, I believe. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure. This is a V1, yellow V1, so V1 again. Normally what I would do is actually just start off on an overhang wall, but I'm actually warming up a little bit more, and I actually am doing quite well because of that. You almost never hurt yourself if you warm up too much. That is a thing, but for most people you don't have to worry about that. So I'm doing this V1, making sure that I'm stretching and I'm pulling. Like again, this looks like a straight wall, but it's not. As you can see, I'm able to let go with one arm and my feet dangle nowhere near close to the wall because this is a 45-degree angle. Next up, we have V2, green V2. This one, still good holds, but the holds are a little bit more sideways. It's not a ladder basically, so you have to go and twist your body a little bit more. There's more fancy foot placements, and when I'm warming up, I try to make sure that I only step on footholds for good practice. The footholds are smaller than the handholds. The handholds are usually bigger, at least at a low level. So this way I get to practice stepping on small holds with good handholds. So I'm stepping on little holds, good hands, cool, and now I get to the top, let go with one arm, just to make sure, right, that if I do climb and my arm slips off, I warmed up in practice to prepare my shoulder properly. Now we move on to pink V3. This is a V3, big holds, all slopers, which is really cool except for that hold, that's a jug. And again, I cut a little bit, not too much, it's all controlled, making sure I don't match. This is a pro tip that I like to use to get stronger, is try to avoid matching in the beginning levels if you can. It makes you climb a little bit more powerfully. You can do it dynamically or statically, it doesn't really matter. But what I'm doing is avoiding matching. Now we're on the red. This is a red V3. I don't go past V3. I think I do one V4 just because I finished all the V3s. Don't remember how many V3s there were in the gym, but I did every single one, which is really cool, and they were all amazing, fun, good holds. Like right here, it would be obvious to match. And some of the pink holds look like the red holds, but they're not, right? So those are the red holds I have available to me. And you could see I bumped to not match. A little bit more power made the V3 a little harder, but it was very fun. And this is still a V3, and this is basically just for fun, just training to get physically stronger, making sure I have complete mastery of a V3. I'm trying to do one arm pull-ups, even though they're not very good, on each hold. Eventually I do get tired and I can't just keep this up. So this is called campusing, but campusing is just not using your feet. What I'm doing is specifically trying to pull myself up on each hold and get my chin to the hold. Sometimes it's weird because you have like this pink hold in the way, but you try your best to do a one arm pull up until you can't, and this gets you physically stronger. Is it necessary for climbing? Well, it doesn't hurt, and I think it definitely benefits you. And this might be something that's maybe at a V3 level you can't do, or maybe you can, depending on how good your pulling strength is and your background. If you have a background in calisthenics or gymnastics, this should be something that some people can do. And if you're a rock climber and you've been climbing for many years, like in with my case, this might not be as difficult as it seems, but it does take a lot of practice. So that's V3, and this is another V3. So the rest of the video is going to be V3s, and this one was so fun. This is slab. I never climb on the slab, at least at a high level, like intermediate level. I usually stop at the beginner level because the slab is hard. It's a different type of difficulty. You can't rely on your upper body strength. It usually relies more on risky moves and foot placement and trust. Now, strength does help you, and grip strength helps you a lot. A lot of the times, you're relying so much on your hands and your fingers specifically, not so much your upper body. But this one, V3 slab, set at this gym, was very fun. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I would say I struggled a little bit, and there's a perfect amount of struggle that it wasn't too much, that it wasn't unenjoyable. It's like spicy food. If something's too spicy, it's just not enjoyable, right? It's like I can't eat it, and it's like a challenge now. But this was a challenge, but it wasn't too spicy, so it was great. It was just perfect level for me, V3, and then working my way down, because the first day I was jumping from the top of the wall too many times, and my knees started to hurt. This is blue V3, still on the slab. So we went away from the overhangs. Now I'm on slabs, trying to get every V3 done, and I do get every V3 done. Just taking my time, moving my feet up was pretty fun. Some smaller holds, but it's okay because I had good fate. And I love these holds. These holds feel great. They're like dual text on the bottom, but they have good grip on the top, and they have this little thing for your thumb. So just having fun and get to the top of this blue V3 as well. Okay, perfect. And then down climb, always down climbing. Down climbing isn't something you need to do, but it helps prevent injuries on your legs, especially depending on what you did. Like the first day I went rock climbing, I had ran and sprinted, specifically sprinted and then ran distance. So that's already a lot of impact on your legs. And then jumping from the top of the wall every minute on the minute, that's a lot. So I definitely didn't need to do all of that for my knees, and I felt the pain the next day. It didn't feel like sore pain, it just felt like too much shock for your knees, too much pounding on the legs. So I'm down climbing, and I prefer down climbing if I can. Just extra mileage in from my fingers. It's kind of fun to down climb. People don't really down climb too much. So that was the purple, I believe, purple V3. Next, green, light lime V3. This one was pretty good too. I don't really struggle on the V3s, but they're really fun just to climb up. V3 feels like a ladder, pretty much. Like I can just kind of go up. Very rarely will I at all be struggling. And just one more move. So here, instead of stepping up really high, I just use my full reach. It's not always bad to not step up high, right? You can use your body to get used to stretching out your full span, especially on easier levels for you. And every V3 in different gyms may vary. V3 at one gym may be tougher than V3 at another gym, and that's just due to the setting. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the gym that you're at. Some gyms are sandbagged and some gyms aren't. And now I'm on orange V3. This one felt a little bit harder than the other one, just because you have to twist your body, as you can see, before going to the other direction. It's more like a compression climb, and so it requires you to kind of starfish and be open to do the moves. Now, not everything's in frame. That's because, it's my first time recording with the Pocket 3, by the way. And I didn't record in 4K, so this is in 1080p. Which, it looks good enough for climbing. I mean, I could do 4K, but I'll try 4K next time I do my day 2 my second vlog. And now we're moving on to a black V3. This black V3 was pretty cool. I think the V3s on this wall were definitely harder than the other V3s. At least harder in the sense that they require a little bit more power, more finger strength than the other V3s that were a lot more technical. These are definitely longer moves, and it's a little bit more steep. This wall might be like a 10-degree angle because I can hang and my feet don't touch the wall, so it requires a little bit more power. Next up, I believe it's going to be white V3. Yep. This one's pretty fun, good feet. I like to skip holds if I can, if I'm feeling strong. Instead of using that middle hold and using all the hand holds, like going right, left, right, just go all the way right and then come in left and then go up. And then from here, I look around a little bit, but the move is just to pop all the way to the top dynamically, boom, at the top, pretty easy. And now for the final V3 of the day, orange. This is the last V3, and I have done every V3 in my in the gym. Small gym, great community in New York. There we go. So big holds, and then we have 2 crimps. For the first time ever, these are like, they feel like actual crimps on a V3, but every other hold is a jug. So pretty cool, pretty fun. Get my body twisted a little bit and then pop up to the jug. I think I pop off from here. No, I down climb. And that was every V3, and now I actually attempt V4. So I capped myself at V3, and I was like, you know what, the V3s felt maybe a little too easy, so we're gonna do this dark green V4, or just green V4, which is a compression style V4. Definitely harder than all the V3s. As the grade suggests, it's V4. And the holds are like pinchy slopers. Something that I really like about this 4 is the fact that it did feel significantly harder than the V3s. So I'm not really a fan of the color wheel, you know, but because it has like a range, I prefer the V system, like V1, V2, V3. I don't want like, oh, red is like V1 to V3 and so on and so on. Okay, and that's my training. Besides the 1-arm pull-ups on the V3 that I did, I also did, after this, I did a couple more 1-arm pull-ups, just two more 1-arm pull-ups on a bar. And that was my day 1 of climbing. So not too intense. And I had a lot of fun, and that's what matters. And I can break down this video even more for my clips that I want to put for educational purposes to teach others about climbing. It wasn't too weird to have the camera in. It's just like something that I really like. Climbing did help me a lot in so many areas. It got me physically fit, strong, confident. I had so much fun, made friends. So it's good to share this to people if they want to learn, and also because not everyone in the world can climb, so maybe they want to watch like these vlogs or whatever. So yeah, that was my day 1 of my return to try to match where I was and eventually surpass what I got to as a climber, and teach everything, not just about climbing, but about training, which I enjoy, and running, which I don't enjoy. Training is difficult because it's just a long process, a lot of training, and then running I don't like. It's part of my job, and also it's something that I would do even if I wasn't required to do it, and I suck at it, and that's mainly why I don't like it. But yeah, so stay tuned for more. Thank you.